Hello everybody and welcome to Storming Coasters. Today I'll be counting down my top 10 least favorite roller coasters. These are all roller coasters that I have, in fact, ridden. They might be defunct. They might still be around. But I hated all of these rides, and most of them because they were extremely painful. Anyways, let's get into this video. Counting down, my 10th least favorite roller coaster is Flying Ace Aerial Chase, located at Kings Island. This roller coaster was extremely tame and didn't do much. The ride was also extremely rough, and there were a lot of headbanging moments involved, and it definitely made it the worst kiddie coaster I've ever ridden. Definitely don't have your kids ride this as their first roller coaster, and it is painful. Again. Corkscrew from Cedar Point is my 9th least favorite roller coaster I've ridden. This ride has the typical aerodynamics over the shoulder restraint, which that was the first takeaway. After the drop, there's an airtime hill, which gives crazy airtime, but because of the restraint, your shoulders slam into them, and it is painful as heck. The ride is not good with headbanging either, as this ride is rough, so your head is just playing pinball with those restraints. At number 8, we have Seal Hog, located at Indiana Beach. I think that this might have been because of the ride operators than the ride itself. Anyways, the ride has a lap bar and over-the-shoulder restraint, so it's extremely unnecessary. The ride pushed the over-the-shoulder restraint too far down on my shoulder, so I had to painfully slouch that whole ride. The ride has a good layout, and I'd like to give it another chance, but that would really depend on the ride operators that day. Tempest, which is located at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, is taking the number 7 spot for least favorite coaster. This premier ride, Skyrocket 2, is extremely painful, as are most coasters on this list. Anyways, the restraint was extremely tight, and the comfort collars really just caused me discomfort, as my ears were parallel to them, and the ride was rough too, so my ears got beat up on the ride. Hopefully they do what they did with Icebreaker at SeaWorld Orlando and remove the comfort collar, and only then would I possibly give this ride another chance. At Dollywood, we have our number 6 spot, which is Wild Eagle. This ride was extremely forceless, so it had pretty much no point. The vest restraints pushed down on my shoulders and chest and made it very hard for me to breathe. That's about all I can complain about with this ride, but I still really don't like it. Number 5, we have Journey to Atlantis, which is located at SeaWorld Orlando. I think this might have been age-related, as I didn't enjoy being splashed with water at the time, nor do I do now, but I can tolerate it now. The water was freezing cold, and it made me uncomfortable with the ride. Racer, specifically on the red side, is taking the number 4 spot for worst roller coaster. This ride was extremely rough, and I did not like it at all. The ride has a good layout, but Kings Island could have made it a little smoother. But I heard that it's got a recent retracking, so I wonder how it's running now. Grizzly, located at Kings Dominion, is taking the 3rd worst roller coaster I've ridden. This ride is extremely rough. That's all I have to say. I rode on a wheeled seat, so that did not help either. This was about 2 times rougher than the Racer, but I've heard that this one also got a retracking, so I'd like to see if this ride still holds up as being absolutely terrible. Number 2 is the only defunct roller coaster on this list, and it was just recently closed. Anyways, it's T3 from Kentucky Kingdom. This ride was extremely rough. The vest restraints were supposed to help with headbanging, but I somehow still got a lot of headbanging during the ride. The worst part about this is the lap bar section. Those restraints do not have any mercy at all. They hurt your legs and make it miserable to ride. I can not look past all of those factors when I'm riding in pain. It is one of those rides which are more fun to watch than to ride. Then again, all of these coasters on this list are. Anyways, my least favorite roller coaster I've ever ridden. My 89th favorite roller coaster is Gatekeeper from Cedar Point. I know that Cedar Point fanboys are going to be disagreeing with this, but take everything I said about Wild Eagle and double the pain. And the part that rested above my legs hurt my man regions a lot. And not to mention how rough this ride was. It was brutal. Every Bollinger and Mabillard coaster generally has a slight rattle, but this is the only one which hasn't this bad, other than maybe the second half of Rougarou from the same park. Anyways, I just do not like this ride, nor any of the rides on this list. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you ride any of these coasters, be sure to brace yourself, or you will be in for a bad ride. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed, and comment below what is your least favorite roller coaster. Have a great day, everybody.